Hey, what is up, spiritual hooligan? Life isn't anything until you call it something. And that's not putting your head in the sand, and that's not you trying to be positive or ignore the situation. It's actually a very practical matter. It's about you finding definitions, finding language that actually empowers you. So it doesn't mean that there aren't problems in life and there aren't challenges. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that you find a way to describe it that actually invokes your creativity, your resourcefulness, and your power. And for someone like you, if you describe things in a way that creates resistance, it will diminish your ability to think, to be effective, to be open, to be creative. So let's talk about some enlightened perspectives that help you to get back to that good place again. My name is Matthew Ferry, and I'm bringing you your daily enlightenment. It's your moment to pause, to slow down, to get connected to enlightened perspectives. I want to help you to quiet your mind and restore your peace. Now look, the enlightened perspectives assume that all is well. And that is what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is the recognition that the source of life for you is the source of life for everyone and everything. That we're all one thing, expressing itself with infinite variety. And if you just look at that statement and connect with it, all of a sudden you just do this. All is well. We're all the same thing. Everything that I see, all the stuff that I call chaos or destruction or negativity or good or bad or loving or amazing or wonderful or terrible or what, all of it is just the background field of energy and information. We call it the quantum field, self-assembling. Self-assembling. Are you assembling the atomic particles that are then turning into the physical reality that we are, that we see, that we are experiencing? No, you're not that. You're not doing anything. You are an expression of it. And when you start to see that everything is an expression of that, your resistance starts to fade. So let's talk about some enlightened perspectives. And these enlightened perspectives, again, they assume that all is well. But the other interesting thing is they correspond with a strengthening muscle test. So it turns out that when you muscle test things and you get your testing tuned up correctly, when you muscle test things that assume all is well test strong on you. Things that assume something is wrong test weak on you, universally across the board. These things test strong. 1, there is no chaos in reality. Chaos is just a label that you give to a set of conditions that you're experiencing. So when you are in life and you're like, I don't like all this, it's not working the way that I want. It's happening in a fashion that is out of my control, chaos. You just need to step back and go, there's no chaos in reality. That's just a label that I'm giving to it. And if I gave it a different label, I would have a different experience. That's an enlightened perspective. Number 2, when I resist life how it is, I'm disturbed by my resistance. When I resist life how it is, that's how I wrote it. Doesn't sound very eloquent, actually. When I resist life how it is, I'm disturbed by my resistance. Life didn't disturb me. That person didn't disturb me. That event didn't disturb me. My resistance disturbed me. Resistance is what you are calling negativity, but you're in charge of whether you resist or not. Number 3, I am not the ruler of the universe. Now, I know that you want to be, and I know that you want everyone to follow your rules, and I know you want life to be the way you want it to be, but you'll just notice that you're actually just the observer of the energy and information that is being picked up by your senses, and then you're the interpreter of that, and that's number 4. I am the interpreter, and my interpretations are creating the reality that I am experiencing. As you begin to take this perspective on, you go into deeper and deeper states of peace. Your mind gets quieter and quieter. Number 5, what I accept will be neutral or pleasant, and what I resist will be disturbing or negative. So what I accept will be neutral or pleasant. So it'll be neutral, like I have no response, or I'll have some kind of pleasant, enjoyable response. What I resist will be disturbing, or it'll be negative. So acceptance and resistance are the key things for you to be playing with, to invoke a more enlightened, quiet mind state. You play with accepting more and reducing your resistance. If you are having a degrading negative state, it's because your acceptance has reduced and your resistance has increased. Those two things, that lever there is something that you can be using on a daily basis to experience more peace and more flow. Leave me a comment below. I want to know what you're thinking. What is this making you think? What's happening here as I go through these enlightened perspectives? Leave me a comment. My name is Matthew Ferry, author of Quiet Mind, Epic Life, and I would love it if you would like this video, if you would share it, please, and if you would leave me a comment. Those are very valuable social things to do. Please do that. You could also subscribe to my channel, and you could join us over at the Spiritual Hooligans Facebook group. Thanks again for tuning in to this Daily Enlightenment.